And again, this time a bounce and over the boundary cushions. A good over this for the Biratnagar Kings. 10 runs off it, 17 for none after 2. Well, that's match number 8. That will be a couple of runs. Will make Lokesh Bam feel much better now, HD.
Kings like to chase. They chase well, and they chase convincingly. Munzi got the start at the top, 36 of just 16 deliveries.
Sweeping on length. There is protection in the deep. So there's been a lot of sweeping early in the morning, and I think that's the right ploy, HD. Gone, giving himself some room, came a little slow off the deck, and the off spinner gets his man. A big wicket this in just the 3rd over.
Well, I'll tell you what they've done well, the Bolts, is that their field placing here, they've definitely done their homework for George Munzi. By having that man behind point has taken away a real strength of his and made him look for other areas to score. And now he tries a late cut, looking to score on his unfavoured offside. Munzi goes for 10. That's enormous for the Bolts, 20 for 1.
Very, very impressed with the way they've done their homework to get George Munzi out. The big man out there, Martin Guptill, 351 matches, 9,900 runs, 59, 50, 600s, a best of 120 and a strike rate of 131. Oh, just very, very good stats there. Straight away off the back foot. Didn't get the timing that he would have wanted. But he's out there in the middle because this is what happened.
Yeah, round the wicket. Just went straight on with the arm. Munzi looking to just cut that fine past a backward point up inside that 30-yard circle. Good cricket from the Bolts. Very good cricket from the Bolts.
Absolutely, really impressed with the homework that they've done. No wonder they are the defending champions, the Janakpur Bolts. They've got them in knots and crosses at the moment.
There you go.
Tossed up once again. The invitation was there. He needs to go over the top. It's just an extension of the drive of the defense, isn't it? It's a pretty safe shot, ball not turning too much. All he needs to do is get it over mid-off. Don't go for the slog over long on. He's just priming himself. Put into bat. The Biratnagar Kings after 3 are 21 for 1. Well, it's a rather warm morning here. We're just close to noon here in Kathmandu, and the mercury seems to be slightly up today. It is a manic Monday, young and old, they're all here in all their glory, supporting the top cricketer. Sandeep Lamachane is a big draw here in Kathmandu. Lalit Rajbanshi, well, he can be quite a handful for them as well. 18 wickets, 12th match, very good economy, but it's early days. He's bowled really well for the senior Nepal side as well, so a lot will depend on the left arm spinner bowling from the commentary box end with a slip in place. Nicely bowled. Well, that's the area that I did pick in my pitch report. You know, it was a little dry in the areas that they would pitch, maybe around the 2.5 to 3.5 meter mark outside that off stump for the right-hander, and that was the concern that I had. And he's the bowling right in those areas and making it difficult for them. Once you pitch the ball back, gives the batsman a lot of time to rock back and play the ball where they want to. It's not the quickest of pitch, but it's nice and even, and there's equal for as in terms of pace, bounce, and a little bit of turn as well, should you have it in you to get that kind of turn. Can he get the big wicket of Guptill right now? Down the track, taking his chances. That's what pressure can do. A few dot deliveries, builds the pressure up. Really good speed that he's bowling at is Rajbanshi. Close to 80 kilometers to the hour. That's perhaps the speed. Maybe from 80 to 85 is what you need to be on this pitch to make life very difficult for the batsman. I did see that there was grass there, but there was live grass plus a little straw-colored grass. A little bit of a misfield, but Wave will come back for two. He'll have to hurry, but makes it easily in the end.
Yeah, good.
10 deliveries since the last boundary, and that adds to the pressure on the batting side because they have to make the play. They have to score the runs. There it is, getting stuck at that length outside the off stump. We're really having a good time here. That's me, Fazal Khalil, on the mic, and that's H.D. Ackerman next to me, all the way from down under. That's the HP Petroleum box in season 2 of the Siddhartha Bank League, the Nepal Premier League, sponsored by Siddhartha Bank and powered by Encel.
Well ball, boy.
Just pushed to the onside, still no boundaries, just doing it in singles. 4 overs done. The Biratnagar Kings put into bat by the Bolts are 25 for 1. The Biratnagar Kings really looking formidable this year. Pokhara Avengers, they won a big margin of 53 runs, and then Kathmandu Gorkha surrendered very meekly to them, winning that game by 5 wickets. They're playing the defending champions today. It's a big game. Chitwan Rhinos on the 26th, Karnali Yaks on the 28th of November, Lumbini Lions on the 3rd of December, and they finished their campaign in the league phase against the Sudarpasham Royals on the 6th of December. A lot of action coming your way in season 2 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League. Sanjay Krishnamurthy. Oh, nicely bowled. There was drift in the air and straightened off the pitch.
4 spinners used. Kure, Anil Sar, Rajbanshi, now Krishnamurti. So it looks like it's going to be all spin this morning.
In the air, just eluding the outstretched hands of a very tall Krishnamurti. I've been told that Krishnamurti spends a lot of time in Bangalore at the Dravid Padikone Cricket Academy. Anytime he comes down from the US straight into the academy, works a lot with the coaches there. There it is, leading edge. Just getting a feeling that the pitch report is going more or less the way I thought it would play. There it is, just gripping on that surface a little, and the bounce a little questionable as well. That's beautifully played. The minute you drop shot gives the batsman enough opportunity to go back and play the ball exactly where he wants to.
Not a good delivery. He's trying to spin this hard into the pitch. But Guptill's able to just pick his area here inside the power play with so little protection on the boundaries. They needed that, the Kings.
And certainly with the pressure on the Kings, if they can get Martin Guptill out here, certainly they would have been vindicated, winning the toss, electing to field first, the Janakpur Bulls. And there it is, winning the toss, electing to field. That's been the order of play in the tournament so far. Filling up all the time. The stadium there, once again off the back foot. Get runs once you're off the back foot. After 5, the Viratnagar Kings 33-32 for 1.
It's been spin all the way in the first 5 overs here for the Janakpur Bulls, and it's paid off as well. They put the brakes on the scoring, and they've also eked out the danger man, George Muncy, who's back in the dugout. Quiet start here for the Kings. I just feel the surface is looking a bit sluggish for the batters, particularly for the spinners. Very good morning, Andrew Dai.
Very good morning. Namaste to you, Mikhail. Namaste and namaskar to everyone right the way across Nepal and all the way around the world.
He swept that well, Lokesh Baum. Got plenty of bat on it. Just went with the angle, helped it along the way. He's looked the more aggressive batter this morning.
Very effectively played NSL Super 4 from Lokesh Baum, who's having a good season. He's looking really confident and comfortable up at the top of the order. And he loves batting with Martin Guptill.
It's so important you read conditions well, and looks like the Janakpur Bulls have done their homework extremely well in this game.
Well, you would hope so. They've had 6 days, 7 days to prepare for it. Shivnarine Chanderpaul has come in as the head coach. He's replaced Pupulu Dasanayake, who initially it was inferred that he wasn't going to be available at all because of his role as the new head coach of the United States of America. And everything the Bolts did last season, it was just so impressive. You would always expect a little bit of a difficulty changing over to a new head coach. Shivnarine Chanderpaul, an ICC Hall of Fame legend, one of the greatest ever to play the game.
It would play there. It is just gripping on that surface a little, and the bounce a little questionable as well.
6 days. Several of the players actually went back out to Janakpur.
help it along the way.
Japa, including Jan Nickel Lofty-Eaton.
Certainly with the pressure on.
उहाँहरू कसको फ्यान हुनुहुन्छ कमेन्ट गर्नुहोस् है
Martin Guptill.
Derby today, the two sides, Baratnagar the furthest east, and then the Bolts near them. And then we've got the far west Derby this evening, don't we?
Action-packed Monday lined up. Nicely ball tossed up delivery. Done with the power plays as well. It's been a quiet one. Manzi back in the dugout. Work to do for the Biratnagar Kings. It's 40-1.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it does line up in that way, Mikhail, because if Bashar Ahmed is in at 4, he's seen as the linchpin in the middle order who plays spin, maybe with the exception of Munzi. I know Munzi was actually bowled by the off-spinner. Good plans from the Bolts at him as the power play is signalled by Durganath Subedi. But I suspect it will be Bashar Ahmed at 4. They'll want to get that left-hand, right-hand combo going and really put an end to the left-arm spinners just being allowed to bowl at them. Krishnamurthy continues.
Yeah, the Shubham Ranjan in the first game walked out in number 4. Got the runs as well when they got to 220. And if I'm not wrong, in the previous game it was Bashir who walked out at number 4 when they were chasing. So it's a nice floating middle order over here. Good to see 22-year-old Krishnamurthy as well. Has not bowled too much in T20 internationals. Just the 30 deliveries there, best of 2 for something. Yeah, it's been a quiet power play. Just the 5-4s coming off it. And it has been spin that has made an impact here for the Janakpur Bolts. Lokesh Bhan had to construct some shots. Mansi got a couple of boundaries going, then just tried to create some room to an arm delivery. That's when a wicket was eked out. After that, Guptill came held by some very poor bowling, and they've tried to make full use of it as well. But they still need to stitch a very vital partnership here. Yeah, they've just erred in line this morning. Quite a few deliveries going down leg side, nicely fielded in the deep. They'll come back for 2.
Definite signs, Mikhail, aren't there, of a few keeping low. And we'll have to keep an eye on that throughout, not just this morning game or midday game onwards, but the night game too. Not to dig deep into the memory bank, but you think back to the first season, this was the match that got the season going, wasn't it? Janakpur Bolts against the Biratnagar Kings, the opening match of the entire MPL history. It was a packed house that day, and Guptill did make 50 that day. I know there's been a lot of a changeover in teams, but it was Lahiru Malantha who was the star of the show. He's out there again. 75 he made, player of the match performance as the Bolts cantered home. They won by 8 wickets. They'll be looking for more of the same today to get their season 2 going.
It's a good move to bring in left-arm spinners to Guptill, because in the NPL, in the 7 innings that he's played, and he's been out 5 times to the orthodox spinners. So if that's some kind of history that they want to play with, it's not a bad idea. Lucky there, the bowler. Just the 4 runs coming off it. 44 for 1.
There he is, Mikhail, Lahiru Malantha, one of the stars of the show last season. Such a charismatic guy, and he loves it here in Nepal. Already had 3 trips here. The fascinating thing for me is that he somehow hasn't managed to force his way into the USA national team. So Sanjay Krishnamurthy there, who has played for the USA national team, bowling with him. And this trial by spin continues. Aditya Mahata comes into the side, and he's going to get his opportunity with the ball. So 5 bowlers used, All 5 of them spinners. We will see Kishore Mahado at the death, I imagine. But is this a sign of things to come throughout the rest of this moving week and as the season progresses for number 2? Because, well, 8 overs in, every single one of them bowled by the spinners.
And they say in T20 cricket, sometimes you have to think out of the box. And I'm really impressed with Anil Kumar Shah's approach over here, as long as it works.
And I would describe, with respect to certainly, well, I think 3 of them, they're part-time spinners. Anil Shah is a wicketkeeper. Okay, only bowled the 1 over, it went for 10. Bowls a bit of part-time off breaks. Corey, the Sri Lankan, he's bowled in about half the professional games of cricket that he's played.
Tries of catch it, the left-arm orthodox spin works once again. And Guptill falls prey. This has been a very smart approach by the Janakpur Bulls. They've persisted with spin and they've accounted for 2 big wickets. And this man's livid with himself, Guptill.
What a moment for this young left-arm spinner. Nepal Premier League debut. And in just his 2nd delivery, he's got the massive wicket, the monstrous wicket of Martin Guptill. It's a moment he'll never forget. The Kings are in trouble here. Well done, Aditya. The stuff of dreams. It's 45 for 2.
Aditya Mato just justifying his place in the playing 11, as Andrew pointed out. NPL debut, 2nd delivery, sends the big man Martin Guptill. What more can he ask for? And Janakpur Bulls have come back really strong after that defeat in the very first outing, in the very first game as well of season 2, as Bashir Ahmed walks out. He's had a couple of starts in this competition. Another very good batter.
Ball, boy.
Incredible moments. The young man from Sudar Pashim. Remember, there's over 30 cricketers in the Nepal Premier League from the Sudar Pashim province, not playing for the Royals necessarily. But this young man is another who's emigrated down to Australia. He's playing his community cricket down there. Recruited in for the Nepal Premier League this season. And just imagine what he'll be able to say to his club teammates down in Australia when he goes back home. I'm sure they're watching on. Well, I've got the big scalp of Martin Guptill next to my name. He's actually used as a net bowler for the Australian women's cricket team. I think it was last year. He's certainly a fine left-arm spinner. There are so many here. It's actually, well, it's freakish really, isn't it? An army of left-arm spinners. Probably 15 or more of a very high quality of the domestic bowlers. There's no shortage of them. There's other weak points in Nepali cricket, not the left-arm spinners.
He's begun well, and what I really liked about Aditya Mato is unafraid to toss the ball and blow it, slow it through the air. That's so very important. Got to have a big heart as a spinner. Got to be ready to get hit as well, because that's where you create opportunities. Yeah, lovely. Just bowling in the width of the stumps. This has been a superb start by the youngster on debut. 3 runs and the big wicket of Guptill, 47 for 2. Yeah, it's been a bit of a different approach here by the Janakpur Bulls. It's been spin all the way. All the 5 bowlers have been a combination of off-spin and left-arm orthodox, and they've done a fabulous job of it so far. They've just got the Biratnagar Kings off guard at the moment. Just not been able to find the big hits. Only 5 fours in the first 8 overs. And they're going at a run rate of 5.88. Sangeet Kure, open proceedings, 1 for 11 for him. Aditya Mata in his very first over in NPL debut sent back Guptill, and the economy of Raj Banshi and Krishnamurthy. Back live. Oh, he's got a lot of bat on this one. Is it only height? No, it's distance as well. Somebody catch that in the crowd. Lokesh Baum will not stop his natural streak of play.
Badly needed a little bit of momentum as the change in spinners continues. Good use of the feet. Doesn't quite get there really, but does enough to kind of swing through, get that bottom hand through. And such is the form for Bam at the moment. He does go boom again.
Rocks back on the back foot, straight to the fielder at long leg.
You can just see that he's a part-time spinner, isn't he? Got that big wicket of George Munsey, but it's been spin to win throughout the morning thus far.
Coming right arm round to you.
You made a good point, Andrew. Spin to win. Yes, they've made an impact, not just curtailing the runs, but also taking two very big wickets. Remember, Biratnagar Kings top heavy at the moment in the first two games. What the observation has come across. There again, he's going in with the arm, maybe just drifting down leg.
I will tell you something, this is close. This is really, really close. Was it doing too much? Durga Subedi's had a great tournament, the umpire. I think that's hitting leg stump for me. There was maybe two noises. Did it flick the flap of the front pad before going to the back? I'm not so sure. That was very, very close indeed. Bolts might have missed out there. Here's a look at the best of the spinners from the morning. You can see there Corey just getting Munsey in a tangle. A few keeping low, leading edge from Martin Guptill. And there is definite signs of inconsistent bounce. Guptill was furious walking off there. Great bowling.
Oh, he chipped that in there, shot the fielder at short third. And there's something in the surface that's really not coming onto the bat. I just feel it's a bit too paced, a bit sluggish, a bit of variable bounce.
Have a look at this delivery here. Definite carom ball, look at it. Goes away like a leg break. He's flicked that out of the front of his fingers, not picked.
This one's picked, but he's only found the fielder. He could have hit it anywhere, Lokesh Baum, but he's found long on. And he too walks back a bit disconsolate. That's because he's thrown it away.
Mikhail, I'm a big fan of Lokesh Baum, but this is not one he's going to want to see again. It's a giveaway. It was a long hop. He has to pull this along the ground in between the two men. His eyes lit up. He tried to change his stroke halfway through it. And as a consequence, he's just given it away. Corey somehow is 2-4. It's 55 for 3.
Top three of the Biratnagar Kings back in the dugout, and it's now up to the middle order to go out there and just rescue the team from a deep hole. Shubham Ranjane had a very good outing in game number 1. Very good, versatile cricketer to have some great numbers with the bat as well. I'm afraid the Biratnagar Kings are not helping their cause, but Janakpur Bowls have realized that if they have to really create a good opportunity for themselves, it's spin all the way.
And should Bashir Ahmed still be out there is the question. Really tight LBW call. It's another change in bowling. So Aditya taken out of the attack. Man based down in Brisbane in Australia. Turns back to the captain, Anil Shah.
Oh, too close to cut. He's living dangerously here. Your thoughts, Andrew, on 10 overs of spin up front?
Let's get a look at this wicket. It's an absolute rank long hop. And for a man in such good touch like Lokesh Baum is, he's got to do better than that. Whether it's pulled along the ground in between long on and deep mid wickets. Just have a look at where this is pitched. It's almost pitched closer to the bowler than it has the batter.
That should have been in the stands, but he finds Krishnamurti there. Does it give you an impression with 10 overs of spin up front that the surface is playing a little different to what the other surfaces have played?
There's no doubt it's slowing down, and there's a few concerning scenes in terms of how low it's keeping, because we didn't really see that in the first week at all. Do you have to remember, not going to be the case in 5, 6, 7 years' time, but for the moment, for the Nepal Premier League, every game is at the one venue. It's a fantastic venue. We adore it, the spiritual home of the game in Nepal. But it means there's going to be 32 matches on the same block of pitches.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this pitch is being used for the 3rd time, so just a few signs that they will tire and fatigue. The good news is there's plenty more space on the square where we can move, get onto fresh pitches as week 2 and 3 kicks in.
Yeah, the batters are trying hard. It's just not been able to find dividend on the surface for their shots. Yeah, it's been a very quiet first 10 overs. A tap on the watch will also mean this is the expert strategic timeout, our education partner. A quick drinks break will also mean the players will get into a huddle. It's Monday, but it feels like Saturday. That's NPL for you and Nepal cricket's love for the sport in this part of the world. And I can safely say, my dear AC will reward one most energetic fan with a brand new AC as the coolest fan of the day. And certainly, my dear has some work to do over here. Very good morning, HT Ackerman.
Good morning, Mikel. The only problem is, I know everyone wants to get on television, but if your boss sees you on television, you could have some explaining to do on Tuesday morning.
But actually, what if the boss is also here?
Well, that would be in the intelligent move, wouldn't it? The boss is out the office today at the cricket, so I'll come too.
Yeah, it's a feast, it's a party. And that's how it is in NPL Season 2. Week 1 was spectacular. We saw a century, 220+ score, new technology, full houses, and it continues to be the same. Match number 9 coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium, and it's spin. Yeah, just ask this question to Andrew as well. Will we see 20 overs of spin today?
I think we might. Jan Lofty Eaton hasn't, Nickel Eaton, excuse me, hasn't bowled yet. He bowls his little leg spinners as well. He bowled in the previous game, I think 1 for 16 in 3 overs, somewhere around that. But so I think we're going to get 20 overs of spin. It's working well. They've done their homework. I thought the field placing to Josh Munsey was exceptional inside the power play. And again, we did say at the start of this match that the Kings' middle order had not been tested yet. Now it is.
just feel the ball stopping and coming onto the bat, and that's why the batters have had to check their shots on a couple of occasions. Just going by the way things have unfolded right now, you'd want to imagine that one of these batters may have to take matters into their own hands, because that projected score at this stage with 9 and over will take them close to 150, and that's what they'll be looking for. And there again, they've just been working the singles. Time since the last boundary, 15 deliveries.
Just remember, the Bolts will also be aware, as will the Kings, that in the opening match, when the Bolts took on the Gawkers, they only managed 130 for 6 in their 20 overs. So there will be a few doubts within their batting lineup. Push hard 2 here. No, turn down. So not until you've got that big score, not until a few of your batters have made significant contributions, does the confidence start to ooze through your side. It was only the captain who, with his half century, that promised anything really.
They've bowled well this one. You can't take anything away from the spinners. You may get a surface that could be conducive, but you've got to land the ball in the right areas.
But have you seen a lot of spin, or has it really just been the pace and maybe a little bit slow? Have we seen the ball bite and spin yet?
A couple of odd deliveries, HT, but what you rightly pointed out is after pitching, the ball just not been coming onto the bat to the liking of the batters. We'll take a look at a couple of deliveries. We'll get that ready as well, just to ascertain what's it like for a batter out there. There again. Good running. You've got to just be very, very alert as a batter, because this is where you'll get more runs. The boundaries have dried up. 11 gone, 65 for 3. Yeah, a bit of a hustle, right, for the Biratnagar Kings put into bat. They've just not been able to go and free their arms and get the runs as they would have liked to. Yeah, looks to go big, and he's got a lot of distance on this one, has Bashir. He's been eyeing that region for a while, and he's done well. Yeah, just the right time to head across to Jess Croce. She's standing by with someone from the Biratnagar Kings. Take it away, Jess.
I'm joined here by the boundary by British GC. British, this team are 71 for 3. What do you make of the performance so far?
Yeah, looking at the wicket, our team is doing good. I mean, we were thinking the wicket would play more better, but this day is looking different. So the guys are executing pretty well, and we're doing pretty good.
Great stuff. And now the team are 2 from 2. What's been key to their success?
The team environment is really good, and then we're trusting each other, and then we're just enjoying cricket. So more than a pressure, it's like more of a fun for us. So it's like a good environment, and everything has been good.
Now there's always 1 or 2 people in a team who really bring the environment together. Who is that in your team?
No doubt Munshi and then Much and Dilanga, 2 brothers. They have been our best guys in the team.
That doesn't surprise me at all. And now as a bowler, how are you finding it out there in the middle?
It's if we look to the last 2 games, the wickets were pretty good, so a bit difficult for the bowlers, but still we're executing our plans, and then today the wicket looks different, so maybe we need to apply a different plan.
And now what's the... Oh, we'll pause while the crowd's going wild. What's the ideal score for you here today?
160 would be ideal score looking at the wicket.
Wonderful. Well, all the best for you and the team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Back to comms.
Thank you, Jess. What an over this is turning out to be. Lovely chat there with Pratish GC.
The left-hander taking on the left-arm spinner. This is what they term matchups, and for the batter, this is the matchup that he's after.
was trying to play the angles.
Did you see the smile on his face when he mentioned Munzi and Delanga? I mean, wasn't that real refreshing? How the two overseas players he believes have been so instrumental to their team environment.
I believe Delanga is a character, quite a character, HD.
Yeah, he's a good man. He's a good team man. He still has, I was actually chatting to him before play today. He still has aspirations to play in the IPL. He says he knows it's a long shot, but you got to dream big. And he's played there before, and he says, look, I've given up the long version of the game now just to play these shorter versions. And if I can bowl well and there's a scout somewhere watching, who knows, maybe I can get back in there again.
Yeah, I like the usage of those two operative words you mentioned, dream big. 12 gone, 80 for 3. We're into over number 13. No signs of pace. It's been 12 overs of spin all the way. And interestingly, HD, the best over for the Biratnagar Kings was the last over, the 12th over, where they got 15 runs.
Just missed out there, Bashir, because that was another short delivery from Anil.
He's looked good, he's looked busy, but the surface has presented some questions here.
And I'm just wondering, because I don't see a huge amount of turn. I see the ball going on with the arm, but there's balls keeping low. And without a doubt, because of the modes of dismissal, top edges, balls skidding on, that it's too paced.
The question here, HD, is does it get better to bat in the second innings as the sun beats hard and as the game progresses, or it may just get a bit more of wear and tear?
That's a tricky one, Mikel. And I'll tell you why I think it's a tricky one. Remember last year when the game started early in the morning, there was a little bit of dampness around and it was difficult to bat first, but then got easier to bat second. Now we know in the night game that the batting conditions get better because of that little bit of dew that falls. Nothing extreme, but a little bit of dew. So I'm just wondering whether there's still, if it's because if it was dry, it would be spinning. So I'm wondering if there's a little bit of moisture in it that's creating this this sort of two-pace. I'm not sure. I'm going to be intrigued to see how it goes. So I can't answer your question, to be honest.
I have a couple of questions here, HD, and I'll ask you on the other side of the over as well. Quiet one from Anil Shah. He's bowled well. Just 4 runs coming off at 84 for 3. There's a lot of support for the Janakpur Bulls, the defending champions. Each time they come out to play, it's a full house. Quite a few teams have a great participation in the stands as well. Add to the music, everything is just a fanfare out here. Who says the sun is beating hard? We've come to watch cricket.
Well, that's the beauty about this time of year. The weather's actually brilliant. A little bit chilly in the morning, but it's that crisp, fresh chilly, you know, which you actually thrive in, and then the sun comes out in the afternoon and then back a little bit cold in the evening. The weather's lovely.
Yeah, Lalit Rajbanshi bowls in the NPL with an economy of 5.4.
Exceptional. Highest wicket taker as far as spin goes in NPL with 18.
the dot ball pressure is building. The question I'm coming to is, if you are Biratnagar Kings and you come out to defend your total, would you continue with the same approach, that of Janakpur Bulls, spin all the way?
I would be predominantly spin, but I would still give Marchant de Lange the new ball because of how well he bowled a couple of days ago. He bowled with great pace, he swung the ball up front, and I would just like to see how that goes at the beginning. If there's nothing in it for him, I'd pull him out the attack. And the other evening he bowled 3 on the bounce. Now he doesn't have to bowl 3 today, maybe it's just 1, but I would have a look at him. But I think Sandeep Lamachani will be very spin heavy today if he's watching the same game we are.
Yeah, he's certainly a match winner with the ball. Marchant de Lange walked away with the player of the match in the last outing for his economical and wicket-taking spell. He's padded up. Wow. Trust the big hits to come. That's not a bad move, HD. That came as a surprise.
Well, that's all he'll give you is some big hits, right? He's not going to be able to get anyone on strike or get off strike. He'll just swing.
You just feel that the batters are trying hard, but they've just not been able to get rid of the ball to the bigger parts of the ground. This partnership worth 31 and 29. What it's done is it's just stopped the fall of wickets. But they're getting into the back end now, the last 5, and something needs to change and give over here. Just some last-minute changes here in the field for Lalit Rajbanshi. Okay then, is this an event ball? Now watchful, brilliant bowling, only 2 runs, 6 runs across the last 2 overs. Things have gone quiet. Biratnagar Kings 86 for 3. This greatest confirmation that the best spinners have been the left-arm spinners on display in the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League. 18, 14 and 13 wickets between 3 of them. Yeah, he's been trying that. He's just trying to cut that behind backwater square. Anil into his last over. He's done very well. Open the proceedings with Krishnamurthy with the ball. There you can see the economy is what that really stands out for these bowlers. What a hit! This has probably been the best shot of the morning. Tell me you've seen a better shot than this. Even Bashir watched that, admiring it.
He's been the aggressor out of the 2, but that is something quite special. Against the spin. I lie, with the spin. Lovely use of the feet. And a full flow, wasn't it? It was a flowing extra cover drive. Beautiful stroke.
Actually, correct me if you're wrong. They said the best batters play spin exceptionally well, particularly when they use their feet.
Gee, that's good.
Yeah, he's looked good each time he stepped out. A bit of a misfield. That'll be covered up by his partner at the other end, but it doesn't really do much damage, and he was very good using the depth as well, Bashir.
Well, I think that's the key. When we talk about the use of the feet, so often people think that just means coming down the wicket. Use of the feet can also be how quickly you get into position using the depth of the crease as well. So it's those who play forward well, play back well, get down the wicket well. You've got to be extremely nimble on your feet to be a good player of spin. Can't be lethargic, can't have lead in your boots.
Yeah, he's been the star with the bat this morning. When most batters have struggled to really middle the ball and time it well, Bashir is batting at a strike rate of over 100. I'm not too sure if the other batters have had to do that with some luxury. Yeah, 9 runs coming off over number 15. We are into the back 5, and there'll be some fireworks coming as well. It's 95 for 3.
This game hangs beautifully in the balance. I'll tell you why. Because if the Kings get 140 or could even drive to 150, I think it will be a very competitive score on the surface that we've seen. It's been slow, it's been low, there's been turn on offer. And the way Bashir Ahmed is just starting to change the course and momentum of this match has been very impressive indeed. He got lucky, he was on none. There was a big LBW appeal. Looked to me like it might have been going on to crash into leg stump. But he's made use of that life and he's played nicely. Here's Raj Banshi's final over.
Morning.
Given as a wide, just outside the guideline. Which way is this game going right now, Fazal?
Well, Andrew, like you did mention, it's getting nice and competitive here. People must be wondering why the score is 96, now 97 in the 16th over.
There it is, Nepal's fastest growing EV brand. Takes us to the ground every morning. It's the Omoda and Jakku. Best in segment range, ground clearance, and a spare tyre. We haven't needed that, despite the few potholes in and around the Kathmandu Valley. This is the real SUV. Ranjani taking a little while to get going. He had an excellent season this year in Major League Cricket. In fact, so excellent it was that he's found himself drafted in the SA20 for the first time. Moved across from the Seattle Orcas to the Texas Super Kings. Averaged over 60 at a strike rate of 160 in America's premier competition. But today, you can just see his struggle, 10 off 16. Run scoring is not easy out there.
Just getting back to that point, you were asking me about the game and how it's progressing. Yes, it is going to be a low-scoring game for sure, but I just get a very sneaky feeling, Andrew, that the little better. The pitch is getting a little better as the game is going on. It's not really turning. If you see, it's coming slow off the pitch, but it's not turning. So perhaps a little bit of moisture underneath the surface. And I'm just gonna there we've seen all 5 bowlers being spinners, and that sends a really completely different signal to the teams that are going to play in the evening. But I don't think you need to panic so much. I think the pitch is a good one, but it's just playing a little slower than normal, so it will get better.
See the plan here from Rajpanch. He's trying to hide it away from the hitting arc of the leg side of the left-hander.
Well, boy,
This time, good bowling. Spears it into middle stump instead. Yeah, the fascinating thing is that I would really describe Anil Shah as a very part-time bowler. Jan Nicolofty-Eaton, though, he's anything but. He's an out-and-out all-rounder, the Namibian. Haven't seen his leg spin yet. So there is a 6th spin option.
Well done. Let alone
Kishore Mahato, who surely is going to bowl at least an over at the death. Or are we going to see all 20 of spin? Who knows? 16 bowled. 102 for 3. He's the 2nd leading wicket taker all time. Scotty Kugline is above him, but Lalit Rajbanshi across the 2 seasons of the Nepal Premier League, Is right up there amongst them. Look at the economy rate too. Underneath 6 in T20 cricket is exceptional. Going at just 5.4. And what a prodigious young talent Bipin Sharma is. Discovered through the talent hunt, remember, came into the Yaks in season 1. Had remarkable success in his first year, still in the under-19 team. There are so many good left-arm spinners in this country, it's amazing. And this is the other man I was talking about. Surely we were going to see bowl at some point. Here comes Kishore Mahato.
First over of medium pace that we've seen since the game began. In the 17th over, perhaps kind of a world record for sure. First over of medium pace.
He starts with a cutter. Yeah, we saw a truly crazy one-day international earlier in the year. That was in Muscat. USA, Namibia and Oman were playing a series there, and for the first time in history there wasn't one over of pace bowled, and that was a byproduct of the Omani pitches that they'd been creating, intentionally turning pitches to try and help their causes in what is such an important league. That's the feeder league for the ODI World Cup 2027. Nepal are in trouble in that at the moment. For all of their brilliance in the T20 format, 2026 is going to be a massive year. Their remaining matches, they've got 4 series left in Cricket World Cup League 2. The last thing you want to do with all the progress being made here is lose that ODI status.
Absolutely, and you were just mentioning the game where you had all 20 overs bowled with spin. You can see that there's no real pace in this pitch, and that's caused the problem for the batsmen. They like to get on with it, play those big booming drives down the ground. That ain't going to happen here. He's going up for technology just to check whether the batsman had made it in time.
Safely home, just going up to use the technology.
Pragita Rambakwela, the TV umpire. Pretty simple decision for him. There it is on the screen. Just waiting for confirmation from Rambakwela. There it is. Not out is the call, and a very easy one for the Sri Lankan umpire.
Yeah, good use of the technology. I know the umpires have a little bit been under the microscope in week 1. I'm sure they will get better and better as the competition goes on. Now, there's a projected scores. I kind of need that 10 and over, you suspect. 140 to chase could be interesting, unless Malantha can get going at the top for the Bolts. They've had that week off. With plenty of training, they've had a trip to Japa, quite a few of the players. Mahato round the wicket now. Gets away with it. Straight to Rajbanshi. Yard either side, that would have been 4.
Well, there you see the ball coming slow off the pitch.
Yeah, you can see the VIP, the owner's boxes up there. You've got the Kings with plenty of representation. Great view from there. I was just up actually getting myself a nice chai tea up there. This is pumped down the ground, but great angles, great positioning by long off. He knows that because Mahato's coming over the wicket, they're going to try run a second. Could be a chance here. Oh, would have been close. Good awareness from Bashir Ahmed and Ranjani, but it came with risk involved. He reacted quickly, very quickly indeed. Did Malantha? Would a direct hit have been gone?
Well, yes, perhaps the first real mistake from the Bolts should have been just 1 run. Just take a look at the bowler there. Picks up and lets it fly, and then just getting the stumps, and the wicketkeeper. Oh, geez. Are you a fan of the ricochet and getting the run? I mean, you're getting penalized for a really good throw.
Yeah, some are calling for a change in the laws. I don't mind it. It's kind of part of the fun of it, as the misfield is nearly going to allow the second. Pesh out there. 50 partnerships come up, gets us to the end of the 17th. 3 remain, 106 for 3. gradual progress for the Kings. They're not doing it in a particular rush, and in fact Shubham Ramjani's been out there for 20 deliveries and is yet to hit a boundary. But the 3 maximums from Bashir Ahmed, the left-hander, very much keeping the Kings in the hunt. I think 140 might not be a bad score here, and having bowled 16 consecutive overs of spin, we're now going to see back-to-back overs of pace, as rather than trying to get one more out of either Sanjay Krishnamurthy or the young player based in Australia who came in for his debut that picked up the wicket of Guptill, young Aditya Mahata, they're going to go with Rupesh Singh with his right arm medium pace. Oh, poor old Ranjani struggling out there. Rare you see him striking at just 70. Now I've got a bit of news for you here, Fazil. Today is sold out, and if my sources are correct, every match this week is sold out. And if you come in person, you can enjoy this, the Red Bull Fan Zone, with its new gen energy. Refresh your Babal energy. And imagine that it's Sudhir Pasheen playing come this afternoon. The noise will be deafening. So I'm only going to remind you one last time. If you want to come and experience this in person, get on and buy the tickets now. Got him, bowled him round his legs, and pace does work. Change of angle, around the wicket to the left-hander, he exposes his stumps and he loses his leg stump. Well bowled Rupesh Singh.
Well, no real option left for Bashir Ahmed. He needed to get on with the game. They're behind the 8 ball. And the slow delivery not picked up. It was there in the slot, but just couldn't get bat on ball. Bashir Ahmed gone for 36 of 35, and the Kings now reeling in the 17th over, just 107 for 4.
Well, one of the best supported sides in the competition alongside Sudhir Pasheen are the men in pink. It's an all-Eastern derby this morning or this afternoon in the first game, and the Bolts Army are in here in big numbers as they always are. Love the way that they've kind of grouped themselves together there, all with the pride of the team jersey on. As Narayan Joshi comes to the crease, great to see him fighting fit and fully back to complete health. As an on-pace delivery really bursts through the surface, and a bit of bounce all of a sudden.
Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about, Andrew. The teams coming on next needn't get worried about the Janakpur Bolts bowling 5 medium pacers, but just take a look at that. That's very decent pace and bounce. I did get the feeling that the top crust, the top surface was a little dry, but underneath there is a lot of moisture there. So as that moisture evaporates, it would get better to bat on.
Really well bowled again. Semblance of an appeal from the keeper Malantha, but no interest at all from the bowler. I do feel a bit for Bashir Ahmed here because he hasn't been helped by Shubham Ranjani. The pressure was building up on him. As a consequence, he looked for a bit of innovation, exposed his stumps and paid the price.
Yeah, like you said, no real option. It's that time of the game where you just have to throw caution to the wind. Couldn't pick the off cutter. Lost his leg stump. So there is something in it for Rupesh as well. It's a low-scoring game for sure, but it's just getting a little better. Nicely bowled.
Good running. Gets them back for a couple despite Malantha's quick glove work. Yeah, he did get his chance, didn't he, for the national team, Rupesh Singh. The depth of stocks from a seam bowling perspective are nothing like the spin bowling stocks here. Strong little action.
Well, yes, he just has to be careful with that back foot of his. Just take a look at that. there. Oh, just very close to that return crease. So if the bowler cuts that return crease, the umpire would call no ball. It's the first landing that matters.
Helps if you bowl the ball, of course, as well. Don't let it slip out of your grasp. Dead ball correctly signalled. You think of all the things an umpire has to look at. He's got to have his head tilted down to watch the back foot no ball, make sure the bowler actually delivers it helps, watch the front foot, keep an eye on the ball, watch the line and the trajectory of the delivery, adjudicate an LBW or caught behind. Tough job.
Well, absolutely, it is tough, but they've got some really cutting-edge technology to help them nowadays. In the air, there is a fielder, extra cover. Oh, geez, I just hope they haven't done any damage. He's taken the catch, the man is gone. Oh, that's really nice to see that the two fielders who collided there are not injured and still smiling, Andrew.
Well, chaos. Two of the overseas players speaking the wrong language to each other. Both speak English, one from America, the other from Namibia, but they simply didn't hear each other. And it was like watching a slow motion car crash. It's Krishnamurthy who's held on in the end, but he's had to take an impact from Lofty Eaton. And hopefully there's no real damage done. Both watching the ball, not listening to each other. Who has held it? Well, I think it's Lofty Eaton that's caught it, not Krishnamurthy. Rupesh Singh can't believe what he's seen. The end result will be that Joshi's got to walk back. I think he is held by Lofty Eaton, who won the battle of the catchers. It's 109 for 5. Here comes the big man, the broad-shouldered Marchant de Lange. The good fortune to speak to him after his player of the match performance a couple of days ago, and I promise you one thing, he is loving every single second here. Now, the great news is Jan-Nicol Lofty-Eaton, who I think came off the worst of that collision with Sanjay Krishnamurthy, is okay. Did take a little while to get to his feet. They can be incredibly nasty, those collisions.
Well, absolutely, I've seen them over the last year. I've seen at least a couple of them happen, and it's not been a very good sight. Stretchered off the ground to the hospital, broken jaw, broken knee. I mean, it was really, really nice to see that both of them are back on their feet. It's horrible to see anything like that happening on a cricketing ground, or any ground for that matter.
2 overs left. Ranjani needs to get going, and that's going to help. Gets it round the corner and is going to get it all the way. It's his first boundary, taken 22 balls to do it, but finally he's starting to move through the gears. Great placement of this stroke, moving across his crease and just sweeping it round to the leg side.
Well, perhaps just getting this one wrong, the bold skipper. He should have brought on the left arm spin of Krishnamurthy, but just making it a little easy for the batsman to just pick it up and put it over deep square leg. Pace off the ball is the way to go.
Deep backward square leg has now gone out, so mid-off up into the circle. Although just as we say that, long off is going back, so short third comes up into the circle. Dot ball. Since the final 10 balls are going to be crucial. Credit to Rupesh Singh for picking up his 2 wickets in the over. But this was as much about the catch and somehow the will and the strength of Lofty Eaton to cling on.
Well, yes, I think one was running back, one was running forward, so the eyes are on the ball, so calling is imperative. Lack of calling there has just led to that collision, but I think it was more Lofty Eaton's catch over the top. Will be a few runs for sure, will run away. Much needed boundary for the Biratnagar Kings.
Yeah, great touch, great poise from Shubham Ranjani. It's not been at his fluent best, but he is a very talented cricketer. Given his USA team debut in the Cricket World Cup League 2 series last month in Dubai. It was actually earlier this month, wasn't it? Where's the time going? 24th of November now. And I know that Pabudu Dasanayake thinks an awful lot of him. Such a unique situation for Dasanayake today. This one's flayed through the offside now. Runs starting to come. Biggest over of the innings is loading, and it's thanks to Shubham Ranjane.
It's certainly really good batting, but not very smart captaincy, I must say. He had Krishnamurthy there, he had young Aditya there. He could have taken a gamble with the left-arm spinner against Shubham Ranjane. There it is in the slot, just put away with the consummate ease, isn't it? Just a bounce and over the boundary cushions she goes. So much needed boundary. 14 runs of the over so far. A 6.4 and 4. Biggest over of the innings so far.
Oh, now how close is this and how has it missed? I reckon this is pitched about middle stump, and Durga Subedi saying, I can't give it out, LBW. It's missed everything.
All that full. Just probably missed another stump outside the off stump as well. So a good decision by the umpire. Wow.
Single to round out the 19th. It's going to be 124 for 5. We said the biggest over of the innings was loading, but they've ended up equaling the 15 that they had in the 12th over that came off young Aditya. 14 off the first 4 and then .1 to finish. Big final over this one. Can they scrap up to 140? They're going to need a couple of big hits from Shubham Ranjane. Marchant Talanga still yet to face at the non-striker's end. A magnificent atmosphere given that it's a Monday afternoon and only just tipped past 1 o'clock. Another sellout here at the MPL. Big hit, not the right line and punished by Shubham Ranjane. Good batting. He's really struggled for the first 21 balls of his innings, but now he's accelerated beautifully.
Well, Janakpur Bowls just losing it in the last couple of overs. The back of the hand, slow delivery, picked up well, down on one knee, and all the way for 6. So I've said it before, I'm saying it again, pace off the ball is the way to go. Give the batsman pace, and it's going to be a real spreader buffet like we have at lunch.
Interesting to see Asif Sheikh and Anil Shah come together there, because despite them winning the entire competition last season, they did have a few issues off the field. Asif Sheikh was the captain, he was in all the promotional material, and he captained, I think it was probably the first 2 games, maybe the first 3, and then they had a change of mind, they had a change of captain. They went to Anil Shah instead, who's retained the leadership for this year. Lofty will do enough. Big final 4 balls. This could be run out. This is going to be close. I think he thinks it's gone, as I'm not exactly sure where Shubham Ranjane thought he was going. He might have just gifted his wickets to the Janakpur Bolts.
Just trying to get a little too cute was Shubham Ranjane. It was hit really hard straight to the fielder. There it is. He's collected it well and he's broken the stumps well in time. About a foot, maybe a foot and a half short. Kuala, the umpire from Sri Lanka. There it is. OUT means Shubham Ranjane, after that good innings of 37 of 29, will depart, and the Kings now 131 for 6 in the final over.
Well, Delanga is finally going to get to face his first delivery as Pratish GC, who is more than capable of clearing the ropes himself, the young left arm seamer. He comes to the crease. He'll be at the non-striker's end. A little cutter, direct hit, gone! It's 2-2. Brilliant work from Rupesh Singh. And Delanga sprints off. Well, a bit of a calamity from the last two deliveries. I have no idea what Shubham Ranjani was doing. And where was Marchant Delanga off to here?
Feel for Marchant Delanga. No real option for him but to go for the single and hope that he didn't get the stumps, but Rupesh Singh on his follow-through straight away. A very easy decision for the umpire. There it is. Marchant Delanga gone for a golden duck. The Biratnagar Kings now are 1-3-1 for 7.
Rather than getting the late innings momentum surge that they wanted, the Kings are just collapsing in a heap. Sandeep Lamachani, heard him talking to H.D. Ackerman about his batting the other day, made 9 not out. He'll be in at number 9. And can he get himself onto strike to find a boundary or two? Just 3 deliveries remain. Rupesh Singh has done really well, not just with the bowling, but great bit of agile fielding there too to run out Delanga. Should be a couple here as Pratish GC is called back. Kings, they're not going to be happy with 135, 140, but it will keep them in the mix. Just some rather scatterbrained thinking across the course of this final over.
Yes, whether you look for that that big booming finish, well, just take a look at that. You're just scraping the barrel now and just collecting whatever runs you can get in this last over. 2 wickets and 9 runs off that last over.
It was 2 run-outs and 2 balls, wasn't it, Fazil? The first run-out, great work by Lofty Eaton. He's an outstanding fielder, but what was Ranjani thinking here?
Well, he wanted the strike, that's for sure, but it just went too quick to the fielder at long off, and he threw instantly. That was the key, and a really good throw. Exactly where the bowler wanted it, and to give the bowler the credit, he was in the right position as well. You don't see that very often with the medium pacers. They don't come back to the stumps and wait for that throw. They expect the fielder to hit to get a direct throw.
Again, it felt to me, not for the first time, we've seen the fielding team struggle with it, and the batters, a lack of communication. Final delivery of the first innings. Big swing and a miss. Could be another run out, and they wisely decide just to hold the ball. They'll run through for a bye. Good call from Pratish GC. The Kings are going to have to be at their best in the second innings because they're under par from their back.